This week, I hope that you will stick around and find out what we can all learn together from cheap sandwiches. Welcome to Follow the Whisper. It's that time of year when things are changing. Dusk is coming earlier and earlier. We've had 1 or 2 mornings where there's just a little bit of crispness in the air. And there has been a reappearance of days where I can actually sit outside between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. and not feel like my face is going to melt off. What do all of these things mean? Well, summer is coming to an end. Every once in a while, I get this stirring in my heart and feel especially reflective. And today's video is going to be just that. The thoughts of a wife and mom who is a real human, who doubts herself and her decisions all too often, but a real human who is also able to find these beautiful pinpoint moments in a very typical life and choose those moments to cling to. You may not be a homeschooling mom like me. You may not be a stay-at-home parent or have a flock of chickens in your backyard to tend to. But even if you're not, I bet that you too find yourself at a point of change as the summer comes to an end and an entire year of newness awaits you. For my family, this summer looked altogether different than what our summer did last year. Last summer, we sold our house that we thought was gonna be our forever home. We moved. We lived in a basement temporarily, we bought a 10-acre homestead, and we put a ton of sweat hours into interior renovations. This summer, it did still involve a lot of work, don't get me wrong. We tore down our old deck, which was really poorly built and basically decaying, replaced that with a new deck that is not only like 2 times bigger, but 1,000,000 times more attractive. And we also, and by we, I mostly just mean Jonathan on this one, but we also dedicated entire weekends to car maintenance because we have aging cars and our inspections are upcoming. But even with all of that hard work mixed in, this summer just felt so much more stable. This summer, we got to swim in our pool nonstop. We got to be a part of some of our hens laying eggs for the first time. This summer, we stayed up way too late watching a lot of hours of the Olympics. We were just able to do more fun stuff, like reading, biking, and hiking. This is how you know that you are a bird nerd. I'm so excited. Where is it? Oh, I saw something blue fly by, and the song that I heard, I was like, well, I know that that is not a blue jay, and I knew that it wasn't my eastern bluebird. And so I thought, I'm just gonna pull up my bird app and see what it is, because there's a teensy chance that it's an indigo bunting. I've never seen one. I've always wanted to, and lo and behold, that's what it is. So, I'm trying to find it again. I hear it. I'm so excited.
And now your summer is complete.
And now my summer is complete. I saw an oriole. I saw an indigo bunting. Oh, it has such a pretty little song. Yeah, thanks to you, Annie. By choice, my family is a one-income family and a homeschooling family. We are not, however, a stay-at-home and serve your kids no matter what, or a homeschooling is the best and only way family. Collectively, we believe in making choices that serve your family best right now. And for us, we're grateful to be in a position in this season where that means that I can stay home with our kids and be at the helm of their education. I love homeschooling. I love having my kids home. I love learning together as a family. I love doing life together. But that does not translate to it's always awesome, I have my crap together, and I never doubt our decision to do it. Watch your heads. We have some interesting developments in the coop here. My mind is exploding a little bit because I have no idea where this egg came from. I thought vanilla was going to be the next layer for us, and according to what I thought I knew, she was supposed to be white or a cream colored egg. Look what we got in our box this morning. We have like a blue-green egg.
With poop on it.
Yeah, with a little poop on it. When our kids were little, Jonathan and I seriously questioned other people who would pay tens of thousands of dollars a year every year for private schooling when public schooling was available for free. And now, to put it bluntly, we as a couple are probably sacrificing $75,000 to $100,000 a year that I could be making if I would be working as a nurse. So if you do your math, if we would continue to homeschool through graduation, it's not unrealistic to say that homeschooling for us was a decision worth over $1 million. It makes it real easy for all of those questions to start creeping in. Should I be looking for a job? Would we have more opportunities as a family if I did work? Does Jonathan have too much weight on his shoulders or feel like he has to carry our entire family? Income aside, the other thing that I doubt, and doubt often, is myself. Can I really do this? Can I really provide everything that our kids need? Can I make them whole and well-rounded people who aren't socially awkward? Can they learn whatever they need to learn so that they can seize whatever life they want for themselves in the future? All of these doubts live quietly under the surface every day. And then when I start to see all of those back to school sorts of posts from the friends and family members that we have at school traditionally, I start to think things like, should that be my kids too? Am I ruining their lives? As summer winds down, all of those questions have been swirling in my brain. The other day, I had the most beautiful and simple moment of clarity and gratefulness. And instead of letting doubt consume me this year and take away the joy and the goodness that I know homeschooling is going to give us yet again, I am going to cling to this moment and I am going to pull out the following picture anytime that the doubt and the uncertainty starts to creep in. So let me explain this picture. A few days ago, Jonathan was working from home and the kids and I ventured out on a weekday morning to go do a hike. When we were finished with the hike, I decided to surprise them and take them to a place that they had never been before, but I had been many times in my younger days, and it was just a simple family drive-in. We got cheap sandwiches and soft serve ice cream cones, and I kid you not, it felt like the entire world stopped spinning for just a moment. All of those doubts that are always there, they went away. I saw that very simple moment for everything that it actually was. Yes, the choices that Jonathan and I are making right now for our family might mean that we sometimes have to say no to some purchases and splurges that we would love to make. Yes, our choices right now might mean that we don't get much of a break very often from parenting. And yes, our choices might mean that we have to be a little bit more creative and work a little bit harder to ensure that Clark and Annie get what they need socially and academically. But for this season anyway, these choices are giving us so much more than they are taking. I wanted to read to you the text message that I sent to Jonathan that day. It's a long one, get ready. I had this moment earlier today. The kids were sitting at a picnic table eating their cheap little drive-in sandwiches. The clouds were casting shadows on the field ahead of us. There was a helicopter spraying the crops. No one else around. The weather was just perfect. And silent tears filled my eyes and dripped down my cheeks because I truly couldn't have been happier or more filled in that moment. It's really, really hard for me to feel like I'm not contributing to our family with money, and that because of that, you have to work extra hard. But in that moment, I was so grateful for the gift that you've given me. Time is going so quickly. I can't believe Clark is turning 10 in less than 2 months. I will never regret having less money and less ability to do things, because for as much as we've sacrificed, man, am I getting so much more back. Thank you for doing what you do for us. I notice it, every second of it, and I'm so thankful. And I'm bawling. And maybe I watched Inside Out this week with the kids and life is spiraling away from me. Ha ha ha. Say somebody's being trusted off lead with the chickens for the first time. And he's being a good boy. The purpose of this video is not to make you feel less than for any of the choices that you are making for your family right now. It's not even a yay you to other homeschooling parents and homeschooling families out there. It's really not. It's not pro anything or anti anything. The message that I want to get across, and I hope I'm getting across, is simply this. Find the beauty where you're at. If the place that you find yourself in right now is one that you are choosing for your family, that is a gift. And maybe your story and your family looks nothing like mine. Maybe you're career driven, and maybe you're choosing to work full time so that you can use the degrees that you've worked really hard for to give your family more experiences. You go, seriously. Next time that you're enjoying one of those experiences with your family, I hope that you will stop and take it in, because you deserve that too. For my crew right now, in this moment, in this season, beautiful looks pretty simple most of the time, and I'm really grateful for that. My oldest child, as you heard from the text that I sent to Jonathan, is on the cusp of turning 10, an entire decade. I can so clearly remember holding an itty bitty baby Clark in my arms on a rocking chair in his nursery the first night that he slept in his own room instead of in the bassinet next to our bed. I remember looking at Jonathan and just sobbing and saying, "It's going so quickly." I certainly wasn't wrong. The world spins and years pass by. So wherever you find yourself as this summer comes to a close, I hope that it is somewhere beautiful. Make choices for your family bravely and boldly. Find your cheap sandwich moments and be grateful. We'll see you soon. Remember I told you about car work? Jonathan has just been out in our hot garage doing car work for like the last 2 hours and came in to get a drink. And instead of being kind, I told him to shush and get out because I'm recording. True love. I think one of my crew is gonna join me for the end here. Here. I didn't talk about her much in this video, so I think she's feeling a little bit left out. Got another newfie joining us. Come on, draggy foot. You wanna come say hi too? Come here. Come say hi to everybody. She's over there. He's over here.